Hey, good afternoon. It's Michael Wynn. I am the Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates. And I want to talk to you today about businesses and managers and salespeople who are slowly dying of survival. I mean, it happens. It happens to the best of us. We get in survival mode. Maybe we're just having to operate out at a fever pitch to, kind of float, stay above water. We got 17 plates spinning in the air, and so we're in survival mode. But rarely does true growth come from that. So today, we're going to talk about sending out an SOS. So think about we're going to talk about segmenting your audience. We're going to talk about optimizing your insights behind your audience. And then we're going to talk about syncing your message to your customers' needs. I came across a phrase that has been attributed to Tony Robbins, and I think it's a really great place to start today. When we're talking about segmenting, optimizing, and syncing your messaging for your marketing efforts. And the quote is, I put it up in the status update here, the need to avoid pain is greater than the desire to achieve pleasure. Right? So like we are so motivated, many people are motivated by avoiding pain, painful situations, painful reminders, places they don't want to go, people they don't want to become, so there's those motivators. And oftentimes those are much stronger than the desire to achieve pleasure or do something good. So when you think about that, we want to think about, how do we talk about our messaging and our value around, helping people to avoid getting sunburned during the summertime. So, apply sunscreen, wear a hat, wear sunglasses, have a cover, etc. So let's talk about the first S of the SOS, which is segment your client. So we really want to break this into kind of two areas: demographics, whether it's age, gender, the location, really the demographics that make up your particular clients, and then think about the psychographics. So, what are their goals? What are their frustrations? What are their interests? So, if you put those into little buckets, think of the segment as a bucket. I think we can really be able to segment those groups. Now, on your website, what you can do is you can create lists in your email marketing system like MailChimp or Constant Contact, and put those groups, those segments that you've created, as you go through and you look at your client list, and then create those groups in your email marketing, because later on that's going to be important. So number two, optimize your insights. So what that's really about is taking advantage of, how your clients feel about your services, your products, your industry, your particular service, or policies or programs. So you can get that information through surveys, such as setting up a Survey Monkey. You can create quizzes that you can send out or that you can put up on Facebook. You can create fun multiple choice posts on Facebook, and ask your person, do you prefer A, B, or C? And you put different pictures on there. And, while that strategy was used as sort of a clickbait strategy, which I don't recommend, but if you really want to understand how they think and feel about certain things, surveys, quizzes, and sort of multi-choice Facebook posts can be great ways to get a little insight behind sort of what's happening and how your clients are thinking about your products or services or your industry in general. And then, sort of the third step of the SOS, if you're slowly dying of survival or going through a summer slump, is to sync your message to each segment. And what I mean by that is you really want to just pack monster value in the content that you're sending out and sync that specifically with that particular segment or group. So you might do that a couple ways. Number one, you could, create your blog post using, specific categories and tags for each audience on your email marketing efforts. So, don't just send out a blast email to your entire list. If you segment out your list, you can switch out that top leading article and even the title of the article so that it can be more geared to specific audiences, and then send out multiple emails based on that information. So like the first headline might say, 6 tips for man cave makeover. If I was a realtor and I was putting together, an email marketing piece to go out. Whereas, I might put together, something about, something maybe targeted more towards a female demographic, 6 ways to organize a smarter kitchen, or, again, you want to take the insights that you gain from your surveys, your quizzes, and your Facebook posts, and you put that information together in your content. But then when you send it out, segment it for each one of those groups. And that's really a great way to pull yourself up out of that summer slump, is to stop doing things the same old way that you've been doing them, because ultimately you're going to end up getting the same results. So we see this a lot with businesses where they kind of try this shotgun approach and try to get the numbers game, which can be a strategy from time to time, but many times what you need is laser focus on specific segments of your group, of your client group. So if you're an attorney, or if you're a CPA, a bank, an association, a dentist, a roofing company, a realtor, hair salon, engineering firm, I mean, it really doesn't matter. With all industries, all service-based businesses or products or services, we all go through these slumps. And the thing that we can do to really help increase and improve our marketing efforts, pull us out of the slow dying death of survival mode, is to send out an SOS. And that's to segment your clients, optimize your insights, and sync your messages to each one of those client segments. So those are my tips for today. Thank you guys for checking in, watching my video today. You can find me on LinkedIn as well. Again, my name is Michael Wynn. I'm the Chief Digital Officer at Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.